That's a part of growth, but that's not who you are. The right time and the right place is going to come to you. You're going to meet the right people. You're going to pick up on the right hobbies and the right habits for you, because if you're living through your experiences with little to no outside influences, you're going to find things that actually interest you. What's good, my stoics? I'm gonna dap myself up because y'all can't dap me up, but I know y'all got me. But first of all, this video, topic of the video, circumstance, as in your present moment, where you are right now and why you're there. That is your circumstance. Now, before we get into the video, I want to talk about what really brought me to this point in my own circumstance, or what, as y'all would say, your life, but I just call it a circumstance because I have this belief that we're all living one life. There's not one thing that you can say is yours in this life, so it's our life. But that's besides the point. Like I said, so title of this video, circumstance. Now, I'm not going to talk too much about the factual side of what circumstance is supposed to be or anything. I'm only talking through my experience and what I've done up to this point, which made me want to make this video. So, let's get into the video. Circumstance. What is the definition? Circumstance. That's what Google that shit. Okay, now that we know what it is, I want to talk on a personal level with you all about how my own experience has led me to this point. Number one, I would say there's a number of things that has, accumulated over time that builds onto your circumstance. It can be your parents, your people that you're around, maybe your car, your job, anything, like literally anything can be a part of what makes your circumstance. For me specifically, it was things that I was trying to overcome. And it's sad to really have to admit that for myself, because it's something I love to preach about to the people I love and the people I care about. I'd be like, do this, make sure you do this every day so you can overcome this, so you can stop being lazy, be disciplined, all of this and this shit. And I really just thought to myself, like, you're only adding to the circumstance you're in right now rather than trying to overcome it when you do those things. Because let's say, for example, we got to talk about directness, and directness is like, what is direct about what you're doing, or what's most, I don't know, how can I explain this? What most is getting you to where you want to be the fastest, or getting you what you want, the result you want, as efficiently as possible. That's being direct. Now, if you keep doing these indirect things trying to change your circumstance, you're not going to get anywhere. And that's entirely bad, because you're only building a personality or who you think you ought to be just off of doing these things. For example, for me, a lot of that had to do with reading self-help books, Think and Grow Rich, for example. Sorry. Great read, by the way. I'm not saying you shouldn't read these things or do things like that. I'm not going to be one of them black pill YouTubers, This is going to be an amazing community. We don't do that here. We don't diss. All love. But like I was saying, reading books like this, great read, by the way, but I'm saying, like, things like this only added to my circumstance and who I thought I was becoming or trying to build myself to overcome the circumstance. It wasn't directly building or changing me, myself, through my own life and experiences, And I feel like that's the point we all miss in this life, We often mistake our own growth for others that we feel we can highly relate to, or things that we feel we need in the moment, but really, in reality, get us nowhere. I've read so many books, and I will tell you not an ounce of that knowledge is going to help me progress any further. Now that I realize the circumstance that I'm in and the person I am as a whole, without any of my hobbies, any of the things I do that I thought defined me, it's not going to get me anywhere, because I'm not living through my experience. I'm not being my own person. I'm being someone. I'm thinking, this is what I'm doing when you do these things. It's like you're building a character, your ideal self, right? That's the whole self-help thing going on right now, self-improvement and all this. You're basically building your dream character of yourself as best as you can be with the cards you were dealt. And I'm not saying that's wrong, or really, it's just I know it's not the answer for everybody. Some people do find themselves through that, but that's not the answer for everybody. You're feeding into a false narrative that's going to answer all your problems and hopes of why your circumstance is so bad in your life. And that's what I want to get through to y'all in this video. Number 2 for me, playing guitar. Now, this is another thing that I just fell in love with once upon a time, you know. I got the acoustic here, but like I said, it's only building on the character that I'm trying to. My ideal character of myself is not actually helping me move forward towards overcoming my circumstance. It's just adding on like layers and layers and layers into the person I think I am, because I'm doing all these things. I'm like, oh, I think I'm making progress. I'm playing the guitar. What's my dream related to the guitar? Oh, I need to play the guitar, make music, and get out the hood. Now, how close have I gotten? How far have I walked out the hood from playing this guitar? And even that is like, it comes with a load of stress that you do not have to have or handle, because you're putting chains and anchors on yourself for damn near no reason, because at the end of the day, it's like, we all just kids, bro. We all just kids. We're young, we're scared, and it's okay to be like that. That's what life was to begin with. Nothing's for sure, nothing's certain except death. And you don't even have to fear that, which will be a whole nother video. I ain't gonna get too deep on that, you know. But like I said, nothing's certain. And it's okay to be scared, it's okay to be worried, it's okay to not have it all figured out. It's just not okay to stay like that. This is why you live through your experience, and it plays such a big role in who you become. Not your hobbies like reading books or playing instruments, even talking to women. If you think that's who you are, if you build your whole personality around a materialistic thing or some ideal standard or status quo in this world, you're doomed to fail. And not just in life, but yourself as a person and who you were meant to be. Stop feeding into all the self-improvement, black pill, red pill, Andrew Tate, Bugatti. Like, stop, please. Like I was saying, so these things that I do, like reading books and playing guitar, these are things, hold on, let me get a better angle for you. These are things that has affected my circumstance and how I think because of this circumstance. I used to think that books were the key to my knowledge. I felt that knowledge was power, and the application of that knowledge was all I need to move forward. I'm out of this bitch. I want to get out the hood no matter what. So I'm like, okay, let me read page after page, book after book, write these many notes. I got so many notebooks in my room where I just go through and look at the information. I'm like, I studied all this, but I'm still here. Nothing's happening. You know, I don't feel any different as a person overall. I just know more. Or rather know more, I'm just aware of more, because I don't really know it, because I can't read it like the back of my hand, even if I don't see it in front of me, you know? And that's something a lot of people miss when it comes to this improvement and self-help and things like that. Like, you miss the real lesson behind the things you do. These books and these instruments, even working out and lifting weights, those are stepping stones and guides to the real lesson behind what you need to get out of that situation. It's part of living through your experience. some of y'all be getting into these weightlifting and boxing just because girl broke your heart, black pill. You took the black pill because the shorty broke your heart. Twin, move on. Because look, like, okay. Imagine you get the muscles, whooping niggas' ass in the ring. She still don't want you. She fucking with Tyrone over there. So what now? Did your muscles give you any more value? Did your ability to swish, bang, bang give you any more value? At least in her eyes, and that's all you wanted it for. So now what? Can you take it away because you don't need it anymore? Or maybe I should look past my whole reasons for this and look in front of me and see what these things are teaching me about myself and what is put in my eyes and help me see the world through, you know? That's another example of living through your experiences and controlling your circumstance. Not even controlling your circumstance, but you control your choices. Now, second point I want to make. Stop relying on knowledge that isn't yours to beat a circumstance that you created. Think about that for a second. I'm gonna let you think. What that means is like I said, when I say knowledge, I mean stuff like this. I'm gonna keep showing y'all these books because it's just one of my main examples that I had to learn. These are really great books, top tier pulls, you know. You're not finding too many of these books. I mean, unless you ordered off Amazon, but yeah. Like I said, knowledge that isn't yours. Y'all little Instagram post and reels y'all like to repost, but oh yeah, they're gonna love this one, twin. I'm gonna repost it. Come on, stop. That's not your original thought, buddy. You may think you relate to it because of what you're going through, or maybe something you felt in the past week kind of resembles it, but no, that's not your thoughts. That's not your thoughts. That's not your knowledge. It's not your original thought. You're reiterating someone else's thoughts and feelings to assemble it as closely to your own circumstance as possible. And now you just make a whole personality off a fucking Instagram post. Because, oh yeah, twin, you still want to not relate to that. Stop doing that. On the real note, jokes aside, stop it. Because that's not your knowledge. And people really do take that and run with it and go about their day expressing it through themselves. And you know, that can cause a lot of unnecessary sacrifice and burn a lot of bridges that would have never have done so in the first place if you would have been your own person, lived through your own experience, you know. For example, I remember back when I was in high school, I can say that now. But like I said, back when I was in high school, we used to have this little status quo of I'm not speaking until I'm spoken to. Or if you're not studying me, I'm not studying you. I'm gonna walk straight past you. Now, I can for sure say without a doubt that I've seen a couple posts on Instagram that originated that thought. People started moving like that in school, and now it's just a status quo in school. Everybody's doing that, no matter what. Even if y'all close friends, but maybe you'll address it to your friend if you're pretty close. You're like, oh, why you walk past me in the hallway? I didn't see you. You ain't talk to me. All because of an Instagram post I didn't have no business thinking about. You want to talk to the person, just go straight out to him and talk to him like right in front of you. But that's just another point I'm trying to make of stop using knowledge that's not yours to overcome your circumstance. Now, it's not that deep in that example I just gave you, but let me give you a deep example. Now, Think and Grow Rich. One of the main points in this book is controlling your thoughts. Now, that's not a bad point, but let me tell you why it's working negatively, or how it worked negatively against me in my circumstance. Controlling your thoughts was meant to be a stepping stone towards recreating or refurbishing your money mentality. Controlling what you think about, you know, filtering what you allow in your mind. I took that shit way too literal. I'm thinking it's like, oh, only focus on this 100 times a day, no matter what. I'm reading this book, I'm thinking about this. I don't want to see anything else in my day. I don't got time for girls, I don't got time for twins, play outside, I don't got none of that. I want to think about money. That's what I want to do. I want to get better at that. I'm thinking I'm controlling my thoughts by putting up a shield or a barrier from the outside world or whatever else I'm trying to really want to do in life. All because I'm thinking, oh, I'm thinking you're growing rich. Whole time, that wasn't my knowledge to begin with. And I'm not at a stage in my life where I really needed to read that book and gain that knowledge to truly and really efficiently apply that. That's what I'm saying. It's not bad to read these type of books and learn these type of things. I'm not saying it's bad, but I'm saying like at the right time and the right place, it's going to come to you. You don't have to look for it. Don't go out of your way to make someone else's thought or someone else's experiences your own, unless you desire. That's what you know you truly desire. For example, if you want to be like Kai and you watching his stream one day and you see him talking to Zoe Carter or something, like, oh, I like Zoe Carter. I want to talk to Zoe Carter. I'm finna start acting like Kai. Maybe that'll attract you. If you feel like that's what you need to do to go there, then do it. Because by all means, life is going to teach you that lesson. You're going to run into that wall one way or another when it comes to finding out who you are and what's going to get you closest to Zoe Carter. But like I said, that was just another example, chat. We're going to go over it far more in the future. It's just this final point, chat. I know y'all tired. Y'all probably like, get this ugly ass nigga off my camera. But listen, it's getting good. Last and final point I want to go over and leave y'all with. Stop trying to fit an agenda or a status quo to be a person that you are not or don't have to be. Maybe you're deluding yourself into thinking you gotta act a certain way, walk a certain way, talk a certain talk to be a specific type of thing or person, or show yourself a certain way, just for that recognition or desire, whatever you think you're working towards. I'm telling you, that's not it. Because at the end of the day, you naturally grow into who you are supposed to be. Yes, you can have some outside influence, like maybe a couple favorite YouTubers or a girl you date. She's going to teach you about this and that. You're going to pick up on certain things that just come with dealing with another person. And that's what's supposed to happen. That is life. That is the beauty of life in itself. But what you don't need to do is force yourself to change into things you are not. Too much influence, too much outside influence on the mind creates something. I don't even want to get too deep into it because, like I said, that's the point. Stop being something you're not or trying to fit something you're not because you think is what you're supposed to be. And that also plays a part in why your circumstance is what it is. Because I went through the same thing. I'm not all knowing. I'm not going to act like I ain't been through my fair share of life. But I'm still going like I'm only 18. I got to keep pushing. So, like I said, an example of this can be, for example, for people who want to get more women. They think they got to be a certain type of mean or act a certain type of nonchalant. Do this toxic ego crap to a girl. Like, you really don't have to be honest. Yes, you can watch these self-help influencer YouTubers about hold your back straight and walk a certain way, talk a certain way, but don't talk too much. Stop it. You're overcomplicating it and you're overthinking. I'm not saying it's a bad thing to want to clean your hair up and get your hair cut, get your muscles up. That's naturally things that come a part of. It's a part of becoming a man and the type of man you want to be. Specific to each individual person. That's a part of growth, but that's not who you are. So stop thinking curling a barbell, being quiet in the gym, not talking unless someone talks to you, trying to build your aura or whatever you call it, is a part of who you are. Another example, fitting an agenda that you don't have to be in. People get stuck in the way they think, and they think they have to fit in because of that. Sorry, my hair is in my face. But like I said, that agenda that we set for ourselves, or really that we all set for each other, because life is like a status quo of a certain type of financial status or family member with this or that. If you cute or ugly, like, you don't have to fit that agenda. You rocking at your own pace at your own time, man. We all can't fit in the same car when there's only 4 seats, you know? You gotta wait your turn. Instead of trying to fit into the agenda, like I said, live through your experiences. Live through your experiences and see where it takes you. You're gonna meet the right people. You're gonna pick up on the right hobbies and the right habits for you, because if you're living through your experiences with little to no outside influences, you're going to find things that actually interest you. You're going to find people that actually want to be around you, because you're not forcing yourself to fit a certain agenda in this crowd of people, or do these type of things to attract these type of people or type of girls, whatever you want. It's going to come to you. And that's part of the laws of the universe that we're going to talk about more on this channel in the future. But that's all we're going to talk about, y'all, today. Your circumstance and why yours are. If you apply these set of principles, you'll be all right, okay? You will have the circumstance that you are looking for, without a doubt. All right, story up. I gotta think of an outro. Like, that was probably ass, I know. What should be our outro, y'all? Y'all let me know in the comments. I'm gonna think of it myself. But for now, you're just gonna get a wave. Awkward wave.